Good enough. So, this is a bit of a fail on my end because I was recording and there was a fight going on outside. I guess somebody bashed the electrical box or something because the power died when I made a save state and I lost all my progress. Needless to say, you missed the boss with the bird. It wasn't that difficult because you play as Aquaman. And unfortunately, although I did save my state, I made a backup file in the recording, so only lost a little bit of progress. Fortunately, this was not as nearly as bad a fail as I originally intended it was, because oh boy, did I make a lot of progress, or lose a lot of progress. And it was bad, man, like, just absolutely, like, I was ready to just break down and scream. Because I made a lot of progress and I thought I just lost it all and I had to either start the project over or just scrap it and sort of more or less move on. And I am going to scrap this. Probably going to be some audio issues here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. No. Sorry for the unprofessionalism. The power disc came on not that long ago, and I am more than a little upset that I have to do this all over again. It serves me for use for save scumming, but oh well. As I said, all you're missing is a boss with the bird. Unfortunately, you can't go down and save, and what's really embarrassing is the boss with the vampires, which is kicking my ass right now, I found very surprisingly easy when I did it the last time. It was and the boss that came after that I found surprisingly easy. No, it was the female pharaoh boss, which kicked my ass. So, yay. Anyway, it's gonna be, oops, didn't mean to do that. Saving. I'm playing this a lot more conservatively because I can no longer go back and access my there. One down. See how easy that was? Not too bad. The So unfortunately, I had a lot more health the last time, and I only have one herb. And they do not refill your health in these installments, or at least I can't find a way to. But this boss was, although time-consuming, rather easy. Though it was, although I did end up using a lot of herbs, it was a relatively easier than I remembered boss. The first times, though, again, I did use a lot of herbs. No, it's the boss that comes after this guy, the Pharaoh. That kicked my ass. And now I am playing paranoidly because I don't want to die. I thought I was going to get hit there. This thing. Not really watching the Jays Orioles game, but paying attention to it. Jays are in the lead 6 runs or 6 points. It's 7-1. I'm not much of a sports fan in general, but there's something about baseball I find more tolerable than the others. I am by no means a fan of baseball, and I definitely don't pay attention to it other than to sort of more or less have a game on. And where did Kara go? Which way did I go? This way? Or the other way? I'm guessing the other way. Anyways. There's something about baseball I find a little more tolerable than other sports, to where there's something about it where I don't really watch a game, but I listen to it. Listen to it on the radio. And right now I have ESPN on. Not really radio, but I'm watching the sort of play-by-play action as it happens. And I'm enjoying it for what it is, which to me is just very mild entertainment. I mean, to say I'm a Jays fan is a bit of a stretch. I'm a Jays fan because it's the closest I have to a local team, I guess. But I mean, even then, I don't really support local teams just because they're local. I mean, if I supported local teams simply because they're local, I'd be a Leafs fan. Now, I am not a fan of hockey, but even I know Leafs, bloody terrible. One of the worst teams in NHL right now, the Leafs. And if I were to say that here, I'd probably be crucified horribly. Because Leafs fans are die-hard fans, okay? Like, each and every game is sold out. Doesn't matter what game it is, doesn't matter what point of the season it is. It could be just a regular, everyday seasonal game. That stadium is filled. Like, Leafs fans are diehard Leafs fans. Like, say what you will about other teams. Like, I'm looking at the Senators. When the Senators have a bad season, Senator fans know it and will give up. They will find a new temporary team to root for. Leafs fans don't do that. Leafs fans are diehard fans. Like, Leafs fans. Did I say my game? No, but like, Leafs fans are Leafs fans for life. Like, there is no other team than the Leafs. And I don't know why that is, because they haven't won a cup since, what, 1968? And that was when the NHL was like, what, 6 teams? They haven't won a playoff round in, what, 16 years? They haven't even won a playoff round. They will make it to the playoffs. They might win a couple of games in the 7-game series. But they will not win the series. They will not win the playoff round. And I know this because people will talk about it. And who boy, like, I think they are tied. They are either tied or now have the record for longest dry run of not winning a playoff round. Like, and as far as just simple money goes, they have no excuse. Because Leafs fans are diehard fans. And because they'll support them no matter what. Like, they will support a dying team and not even admit that they're dying, man. Like, the Leafs are fucking terrible. Wow, I just got a very related text. But anyways, I'm saying it's pulling an all-nighter because I'm working tomorrow, but really the day after tomorrow, because I'm working the midnight shift. I'm not sure if I am going to be keeping this job, because when I was told about it, they told me the hours. Midnight shift, I like that. They told me the pay, which is good. They told me I work every day but Sunday, which then the email said every day, so I don't know if I'm working 7 days a week, 6 days a week, or 5 days a week. That's going to be a problem. What they didn't tell me until I already signed the contract, was who I was working for. Waste management. The job is gonna stink. And I am worried that I'm gonna be smelling like trash and puking. Though, I mean, I've worked the liquid recycling, and that was definitely a smelly job. I worked other smelly jobs without too much hassle, but I mean, I worked at a place where it was basically a dump, and it was just a temp agency, so it was by no means I felt as if I was obligated to stay. But it's the only job I walked out of. And it was my second day too. I actually lasted one entire shift, and I was puking. But again, that was another job where the temp agency lied to me. I was pretty much removing trash from fills, like wood from garbage. The manager was an absolute prick. Couldn't understand a word he said. Other than, what are you doing? You don't remove the garbage from the wood, you remove the garbage from the garbage, and the bobcat. The bobcat. Terrible job. I've got the sneaky suspicion that this is going to be just as bad. But, you know, I've already signed up, might as well at least work one day. Work one day, put some money into, a small amount of money into my investments, what have you. But I mean, this whole work 6 or 7 days a week thing, that I have major issues with. I mean, I don't mind working overtime if it's voluntary. I do mind when it's forced. And frankly, unless I like the job and I'm not losing my weekend, in other words, I'm working 10-hour days, 4 days a week, and they're hours that I like, I'm not working overtime. But something about the way the agency or the woman for the agency was speaking, that like, it didn't really make much sense. So I honestly don't think I'm working 6 days a week. I definitely don't think I'm working 7. But, yeah, we'll see. And who knows? I mean, as I said, I don't have to like a job. I just have to not hate it. And who knows? Maybe, yes, maybe, although I have my severe doubts, I won't hate this. Like, I've definitely worked worse. I didn't necessarily hate the scrapyard until they brought in that rapist bitch. Yeah, I can honestly say I worked with a female rapist. And she was a bitch. That job was fine until she showed up, and then it just went to shit. I didn't even quit that job. They let me go. Good riddance anyways. Yes, who boy, like. Once she showed up, people there started changing for the worse. And my God, like, the one guy there who was absolutely respectable just straight the shit to where even the boss was saying, like, you know, when she showed up, your attitude just went to shit. Of course, he took offense at it and went, my attitude is not the shit. I am still the hardest, has the best work ethic of us here, which was a lie. Like, he did have a great work ethic until she showed up, and then it just went, him and her, just being all buddies, getting fuck all done. And expecting everybody else to do the job for them. Wow. As I said, I don't know why. Actually, I do know why this boss is giving me trouble. And it's pathetic. But in the first fight, you called use the portals to go up and down. This fight, when you go up, you have to go to the middle to dump down. And that's really throwing me off. This is going to be my last attempt. And I will try to play conservatively. Although, again, I do not remember a damn thing about what goes on after this. I mean, I did find a red jewel, so I'm assuming there's a, not a town necessarily, but the red jewel guy shows up somewhere. Though you know, obviously I haven't been collecting all the red jewels, so I will not get his secret or what have you. And I remember in a comment, which I saw more in my email account, that that's going to potentially bite me in the ass. Unfortunately, when I tried to find the comment on YouTube, alas, I couldn't find it. Anyways. Oh well. So yeah, new job. Night shift, which I prefer. Okay, now I'm confused. Because I thought I had to hit the guy. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, I don't know. What I do know is I am so... Fuck it, I'm ending it now. Take care, everybody, and bye.